Lesa. If you don't know me, well, that would be weird. But it's possible. I have no place to sit down. Oh, and it's sunny. So, I'm at a car wash in St. John's, Arizona, right now. Well, like I'm supposed to tell you where I am, right? But I got the tracker half vacuumed. Let me sit back here so I can be a little bit in the shade. Oops, wait a minute. I will be right with you to say proper hello. Oh, there we go. My pants are going to be filthy. Filthy, filthy. It's okay. Hi, 3 people here already this morning. So, I had some errands to do this morning. Woke up knowing what to do about a couple of issues that I've been having or trying to figure out for a few days. Wondering why I've been being what I consider lazy. And I guess I haven't actually been lazy, but I've been doing a lot of computer work and research. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. It's, I had put some lanolin on my lips and I just looked in the phone camera screen and it looked white. So let me wipe it that just a little. Woo. Who we got on here this morning? Let's go with live chats. There we go. Catherine Cook, hi. Somebody off grid. I can't see the first name because I didn't put my glasses on. Tiny GPS. Hi, Tiny. How you guys doing? Hi, Brooke. Betty Joe. Anybody else? Oh, pseudonym. Hi. And I can't see the very first one. Is a red. Oh, that must be Catherine. Okay. So, hi, Shadow Wolf. What's up? Well, it's Mother's Day. And I woke up this morning having some clarification on a couple of things I've been researching for like the end of last week and after doing some more computer work and stuff like that. So the big what's up is I'm getting ready for Overland Expo. Next Thursday, I have to be at a mandatory meeting in Flagstaff in the evening. And so I need to get checked in before the meeting. And so hopefully I make all of that. They have a secondary meeting if you miss the first one. So hopefully, though, I make the first meeting like is more appropriate. Most everybody's there, which is it's easier to meet people who are going to also be teaching or presenting in some manner. It's it's kind of like I don't know. It's the get you together and figure out who each other is, know your faces, to put faces to names, things like that. And so I really want to be at the first one. We'll see what happens. Miss Betty Joe, thank you for helping me by letting me send something to you that I need in Flagstaff since you're already up that direction. That also helps me to visit you at some point, and whether it's camping visit with you or just visit for a minute. But I appreciate you so much. You're so generous and kind, and I really appreciate what you're able to help me with when you do, or when I feel like I need to ask, which is hard for me to do to ask, but so let's see. Shadow Wolf, thank you. I know you've already sent me a package. I haven't seen it yet, but I know it's on its way. And hopefully I get that before Expo. But if I don't, I'll have it for Zuki Palooza. So I haven't talked about Zuki Palooza next. Yes, I'm supposed to be, my plan for this year is to go to Overland Expo East. It's in the Shenandoah Mountains, near the Appalachian Trail, which I hiked, but I came off the trail just before Virginia. So I had been sick. But both of my children are out that way, and I have not seen them since my father passed away, which was in 2009. I've been saying the wrong number of years. So somebody else who's good with math, 2009 till today is some amount of time, and that's when I saw my children last. So while I'm in the mood for traveling east, and doing an expo, so I'll connect that with it, then I'll go ahead and go see my children. And my son has had a new daughter while I was in Baja. And so perhaps I'll get to see her and his new wife as well. So I'm not very close with any of my family, but I think that's a good thing to kind of take care of at this time and stage in my life and everything else. Um, Please like, subscribe, do all those things everybody else talks about that I don't like to do, but it is housekeeping. Please, if you have questions, I love to answer questions. So please put 3 uppercase Q's in front of your questions so that I can notice it quickly where I don't have glasses on today and I'm using the phone. I'm going to see if I can turn this around. I'm watching this guy filling his pickup truck with diesel, and his kids in the car were staring at me like, what are you doing? You're talking to yourself over there. So let's see. It's been a really, really busy week. You guys have seen some of my videos where I put the new water tote, the IBC tote, on blocks. I also, what also did I do? Um, That's because now, that's because I sold my huge water tank in order to have enough money to do something big to my tracker for making travel easier, long distance travel easier. And it was an expensive thing that I couldn't afford. And I kept trying to negotiate. Maybe I'm not good at it, but I don't think I'm bad at it. But I was trying to negotiate with the company to see if they would sponsor me and give me a panel. But they gave panels to 3 other people that I'm aware of. And they didn't even consider me for the panel. So, or for the item. So I ended up, they gave me a 15% discount. And so I used it. I sold my huge water tank in order to get the smaller IBC tote, which is a water tank, in order to manage that better, because the big tank was a worry to me while I was away on long trips. See, I know that my land is 1 lot away from state trust land, and people are not supposed to be hunting on state trust land, but they do, because I'm in a very rural area where for years and years and years people went out and just cut wood anywhere they wanted because nobody ever lived out there, and they would just hunt anywhere they wanted because nobody really lived out there. And I've been out there quite a while, so I've had some experiences years ago. Now that there's more people, it's a whole different story. So I was concerned with that water tank sitting there where it was a really beautiful target, and you can't see that there's any building or anything attached or close to it from where it was sitting. And so I was like, I kept having it in my mind that I'm concerned that somebody's gonna, shoot my tank and I come home and I can't put water in it. And so I mentioned it to somebody at the Witch Wells Farmer Market a couple weeks ago, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, I've been wanting a tank like that, Lesa." And it was a good friend. And so we were able to discuss a possible situation, went off and thought about it to make sure I was making a good decision. And I went ahead and I sold the tank. And it was partial barter, partial cash. And so it was enough to buy the big ticket item, which you'll see soon. You'll see it probably this week. and then to also get myself, yeah, exactly. And then to get myself a new or close to new. I wanted a brand new IBC tote. The person that I was able to make the deal with is a friend of mine, and the IBC tote I got was not dented or damaged, and it was a year old. And so I accepted it because it's a friend and she needed the big tank in order to make her house more comfortable. And she's home all the time. So, oh, okay. I didn't, whoever just made that comment about hunting, who was that? Somebody off grid. I, is it, is that Shield Man? I haven't heard from you in a long time if that's who that is. Anyway, I wasn't aware that it was okay to hunt on BLM and state trust. Actually, anyone with a valid hunting license is free to hunt on. I didn't know that. So, but I'd rather they didn't hunt on my land, but I don't have signs on all my land because of how far down, where it is, because of the location. So anyways, this just, oh, I didn't know that. Well, congratulations, Shield Man. Well, I hope everything is going well. You and I kind of had a little tough time the last time I saw you, and I was nervous, but I'm so glad that things are improving for you. So that's nice to hear from you. Um, so, anyways, so I was able to, me too, love you too. Yeah. So I was able to get this high ticket item for the tracker, which I will rub it in the company's face when they understand what's going on with me and how much more capable I am of giving them props for the fact that this will fit a tracker. Okay. Anyway, oh, hi, TJ Shack. Happy Mother's Day to you as well, to whoever as well. To all you moms of whatever sort, and fur moms and real moms and whatever. I don't even care. Happy Mother's Day. Tink, hi, happy Mother's Day. Nice to see you as well. And Tink, I'm going to talk about you for a minute. I am so grateful that the other day I had an awkward situation with my medical ride supposed to take me to a doctor's appointment. It didn't happen. And then I bumped into Tink, who I've known for a few years from Quartzsite is, I think, where we met. And she was up here in St. John's, and she's been able to go to another good friend of mine's property and hang out in a kind of comfortable, generous way. The friend is allowing her to be there while she regroups and who knows what. And so I'm so happy that that's worked out well for her and that I could be there for a little bit of moral support. And I'm still moral support. She's welcome to talk to me and whatever. So thank you for you being here. And people, would you please put Shieldman, who has obviously moved to the Philippines from what he said, and Tink, and everybody else here, put each other on your prayer lists if you do that. You need a new water tank. Oh, good. Okay. If I hear of any water tanks, I'll let you know. But get a hold of me kind of privately somehow, and I can give you a couple of ideas if you have funds to do something where you could purchase one, because you do have a four-wheel drive truck, and I have a couple of good suggestions. But other than that, I sometimes hear of not perfect water tanks or used water tanks that aren't very expensive. So just get a hold of me, Tink, in another way. And anybody else, if you know about water tanks, let us know so Tink can have what she needs. Because it's supposed to start raining. Spring rains are supposed to happen this week, which will start some of the mud. But after 4th of July, I don't want to be here anymore for the monsoons because, I've been through monsoons. Okay, see you later, Shadow Wolf. I'm glad to hear from you. But pray for each other. Um, let's see. I don't know how I'm doing on housekeeping today. I'm feeling a little off on that note, but I have a lot on my mind. So I'm going to let you all handle that. The thumbs up do help. The thanks and super chats, I eventually get the money from if you're wanting to buy me a cup of coffee or a half a tank of gas or something like that. If you don't like that, I do have Cash App and PayPal Me. And you can always send me an Amazon gift card. There's lots of ways, but for right now, I do what I always do. You know, I sold off some things so I could do something else, sold off something that was a concern and maybe not aiming me in the direction I felt I needed to go or that I was being led so that I can go closer to the direction that I was feeling was more correct. So, I had a new axle put on the front of the tracker this week. TJ Shack, you're going to love this. I got the front receiver hitch for accessories mounted on the front of the tracker this week. Yay, finally. This afternoon and tomorrow, I got to run to Springerville after this, but this afternoon and tomorrow, I am rebuilding the platform in the back of the tracker in order for it to accept my refrigerator. And the high ticket, high dollar item is a specialized solar panel to help run the refrigerator. So that all that work and the patching of one funky, let me show you the funky. Hang on a sec. We'll move around a little. Let's walk over here. Okay. You see the vacuum and all. See the side of my tracker? Right there, that chunk of paint fell off last fall. Like it was on there at night and the next morning it was laying on the ground. It was kind of the weird thing, but anyways. So that little paint problem is going to be repaired Tuesday morning. Then I go over to Stan's to work on more stuff. Look, the Baja sticker's finally on. Oh, let's put you, no, I'm turning you back around. Hang on a second. I'm going to set you down and I'm going to walk around the car. Let's see. So I got a couple of new packages. Well, this is a new package I just picked up. It was in the post office. I think this is all I have right now. Okay. So I had gotten a message that the post office, I hope you can hear me okay. I had gotten a message that the post office had received a package from me and had put the package into one of the, what are they called? Not drop boxes. There's another word for it. So that's this one, which we'll open together in a second. But look, these came from littletrucks.com, sent me stickers for the tracker. And they say little trucks. I thought it said because, but it's not. Size matters. So those will get to go on Tuesday after we get the paint thing fixed. Matt from the Bug Barn is going to help me with that because I tried to do it myself and it was a little wonky. And this envelope that I just picked up this morning is from Zooks of Arizona. That's Sebastian. And he's having a Zuki Palooza, which is also Zuki a gathering, camp out, and off-roading rally. Rallies are just rides on trails. Oh, good Lord. Oh, look what he sent me. So I'm going to go to Zuki Palooza the weekend after next, and that's up in Heber Overgaard. So I might get to see more of Catherine and Homer and them up there. But he gave me stickers that are Zooks of Arizona. That's really great. So those will go on Tuesday too. And that's wonderful. and I have some to give my friends of that. So now I apologize that I'm moving quite a bit. Well, no, I don't apologize. Let me stop that. I don't really apologize. I'm not doing anything wrong. Oh, well. Sometimes when you go to open a package by using the little pull here tab, I pulled it here right off on my hand. Okay. So this is from Rangeland. Came from Kentucky. I ordered one piece of my travel gear. Now, travel gear being, and a lot of this stuff was when I got the bigger check from YouTube. We have 5,100, I think 60 subscribers right now. So the next big goal will be to try to get to 10,000 subscribers. Would be the next big goal, right? Because that puts me in another category for doing some other stuff. But after having the opportunity to hang out with Skipper Doodle again, and believe me, Skipper Doodle and I were really good friends years ago, and I love Skipper Doodle. And so I'm really looking forward to doing more. And I am not, after my trip to Baja, I already had a hunch. How do I go at this conversation? I already had a hunch that driving across a border was going to help change the way I was thinking about feeling stuck with my travel situation. Because when I came back from living in Central America, I never intended to just stay in the United States forever. It wasn't on my radar at all. But then COVID happened, and in between I was paralyzed and I was sick, and I ran into people that were haters. It was just, it was challenging. Y'all were there. So after reconnecting with Skipper Doodle, let me just tell you, I am so envious. No. Something. I'm not really jealous. I don't think envious is the right term either, but I want to go. And so Skipper Doodle has already said, so come on. He goes, besides, you're really good. You know what you're doing on the travel end. He goes, you can find a flight in no time flat with decent prices. But that's because I know how to do some of these things. I did it for years, and I was on a round the world trip. Okay. But I kind of stalled it myself, and I wasn't feeling good. And now that I'm back to feeling better and the YouTube channel's doing better. Now, let me tell you, that big check, I didn't get rich. I got $240 or something, 230 some odd dollars, something like that. And so, I'm trying to be exact, but I'm not perfect. Okay. I'm just as human as the next guy. So, and I just noticed something. Hi, G. I just noticed as I'm talking to you, I can see the hinge right here, right? And I noticed this piece of wiring is split. So, well, not the wiring, but the cover. So when we work on the wiring this week, I'll have the guys fix that because I want that protected. It's probably just because it's old shrink wrap or something. So anyways, so now I'm going to show you what I'm pulling out of this bag because I'll turn it around. Hi, G. So I bought the starter of my real organization, and I'll be able to travel too. So I got my tote bag, which is also a backpack. See the straps on the back? We'll open it up a little more. I'm going to turn the camera back around. I think that was kind of a hard picture to see just then. So let's set this here. My car has bumps in it. My truck, my little truck. The floor is ridged in the same way as a pickup truck is. So this is what I got. It has backpack straps and these little cinch straps here. This is called the Rangeland. I found a good price on it. The Rangeland Tote Backpack, I think was what it was called. What does the tag say? Tote backpack. But I noticed that, wow, it said it was $90. I didn't pay $90. Y'all know I hunt for a deal. But I needed something for me, for my everyday bag, because I don't carry a purse. So how cool is this? It has a clip on the top with the red. Whoops, did I move it too fast? A clip with the red. And these I just expanded on the side. And it has a zipper to keep it secure. And let's see, I'm gonna fluff it a little. Okay, it's not very big, but it will become like a personal item bag. And inside it has a laptop sleeve, so I can put my Chromebook in there. And then it has, you know, big pockets for like a phone and a couple of pens. What else is in there for pockets? It's black on the inside. Would have been nice if it has interior water bottle pockets, or maybe for your sunglasses or something, right? And then exterior bottle pockets. So gee, I can put the little Reno thermos that you gave me. Do you have stickers yet? I need a sticker for that bottle that's yours. Anyways, so that can go on the outside on one side, and then my, you know, my other drink jug can go on this side. And then here on the back, it has a strap that you could put on a suitcase or luggage, but of course I never travel with luggage. And then there's this hidden pocket on the back down here real low, and it's wide enough for tickets and passport. And it's got a pretty good, you know, thing. Anyway, so I'm going to be checking this out, seeing how I like it, but already I like the way it's set up. And then it has the outside pocket. What's in here? Anything interesting? No key fob thingy. No, but that's okay because I don't care. So I think this is going to be nice for my everyday bag, even in the tracker. And the deal is that it's, you know, nylon and washable, but it will help me be a little more organized with my everyday stuff that right now I've just been throwing in a tote bag in kind of a messy way, and it's really annoying the crap out of me. But this, you know, makes life easier anyway. So that's what that's all about. How cool. I gotta go. I didn't see who that was, but I will try to go back. Bye, whoever it was. Oh, Tink. Bye, Tink. You have a good day. Stay cool. All right. So I should be sitting the other way so my face is more in the sun for y'all. But I can't get to any other spot on the tracker right now because of what I started before. Are you heading to the Philippines? Well, let's just say not today. But would I go? In a heartbeat, yes. Would I get rid of everything? Heck no. Because I'm not done with any style of this travel. And I even would love, now that I've done Baja, I would love to do the Pan American Highway. Now, that's going to include a couple of kind of expensive things because you have to port your vehicle across the Darien Gap between Panama and Colombia. And in order to do that, you've got to put your vehicle on a boat. But luckily, my little tracker is so tiny that it won't cost me the thousands of dollars it cost everybody else, because mine can get put on in a con box on one of the ships along with other vehicles. So mine's not going to cost as much to ship as somebody else's, but it's still going to be an expensive thing. And yes, I will be teaching, let's see, the title of my class at Overland Expo West. I'm doing one class and I'm co-hosting a community conversation about traveling locally to and from Overland Expos. And so it'll be kind of at the end of Expo. So it'll be more where people are trying to connect and find buddies to camp with as they're leaving Expo and to get more experience. That's the community conversation. That'll be in one of the bivvies and not a classroom thing. Now, my class is, now I may not have the title exactly 100% perfect here, but it is basically long, big trips, big long distance trips in tiny vehicles with tiny budgets. So I will be giving experience and showing some pictures of my trip to Baja, but I also will be being very realistic, like I tend to be, and very practical about the realities of taking a trip with people you don't know well, about taking a trip when you have disabilities, when you're the smallest car, the oldest person, the maybe less experienced, which I found is not really true, but whatever. And allowing yourself to be the butt of the jokes and allowing yourself to reconnect with human beings in some form of healthy way with and preserving the relationships in spite of somebody else saying, "What the hell was that?" and you don't know how to drive. Okay, that's your opinion. Although I didn't say that's your opinion. I only said, okay. But in your mind, you think things like, well, that's your opinion. Deep breath. Now, would you like to tell me what that's all about? And allowing yourself to be in that position so that you can either learn or do a bucket list trip. And sometimes it's worth it because I walked away learning all kinds of stuff. I'm still working out how to say what my experiences were on this trip and to be careful because I don't want to hurt feelings as I put out the videos. So I'm taking a lot of extra time to be careful how I go at this. But I want the realities to be out there that, you know, the morning we went XYZ, I was told, go play with your car, we'll meet at the intersection. Well, to me, the intersection, the night before, they all said, well, we're driving on Route 1 a lot. So I went back to the intersection at Route 1 and I played a lot on that road. Well, I was at the wrong intersection and then they were hunting for me for 45 minutes or something. And I was down writing a blog post wondering where they were. And I never put the blog post out and I never put the videos out because how do I say this nicely? But at the same time, then it was the same day that I almost ran out of gas because I went to the wrong place. But the fact that there was no real leader in a group and the fact that nobody sat around and made sure everybody knew what was going on, you know, no, we didn't all have the maps. We didn't know where we were going. They often would say to me, they wouldn't say it to everybody else. They often would say to me, don't worry about it. You just stay behind me and in front of that one. You'll be fine. Well, I don't have a freaking clue where we're going. And if y'all take a turn that I miss, you know, I'll see you somewhere. So those are the kinds of practical things that I want to talk about, but I don't want to hurt people's feelings either. So I'm trying to be careful how I say those things because that's what you do when you care about people. So, okay, that's enough of that for a minute. What do we got going on? Let's see. So am I headed to the Philippines? I will go to the Philippines when I can get a cheap ticket. When I would go in a heartbeat. Would I stay? I don't know. I don't think so. But I've never been to Europe yet either, and I really want to do that. There's lots of things I want to do. Okay, so It's getting busier here in this parking lot. You see people running around, and I can hear somebody in the car wash over there. The water's running, and it's starting to get warm. Good Lord. But I'm so excited. So let's see. The next things are Expo, Zuki Palooza, then Oregon. I'm not sure if I'm going home in between, but it may depend on whether I've received all my packages. And I was able to send a package to Flagstaff to Betty Joe to pick up for me. Well, I think it's coming in one package. It might be two because I sent the lawn chair and something else. I forgot what the other thing was now. But anyway, so it might be two packages, Betty Joe. But anyways, that was easier, so I don't have to not. I want the lawn chair when I get up there, and she can get it faster than I can. So that way I can drive up, and even if I gotta leave Expo for a few minutes to go get the lawn chair, that'll be worth it. But I found a chair that will fold up flat enough. So this afternoon, I'm running to Sanders to get some more stuff for building the platform in the back of my tracker and upgrading that stuff so that the refrigerator will run. And so Tuesday, most of that stuff should be all installed and running, I hope. And I'm tired. And it's great, and it's hard, and it's challenging, and it's wonderful, and it's, tiring and everything else. So all the mixed emotions. So what else we got? Anybody got big questions besides, I did realize, and that's what I was starting to say about the Philippines stuff. I did realize that I really am not done with any kind of travel. And I am not only an overlander, I'm a world traveler. So I will be doing more of everything that I can. And I do keep things simple and travel light and often in all parts of my life. And that's why I chose this particular tote travel bag, because it will work well in the tracker, as well as if I did hop a plane, I don't have to get another bag. So I did a lot of research to get something I thought would work well for both things. So, oh, what else would you like me to talk about this morning? I need some questions today. So that's where I'm at for this moment. Let's see. I don't want to lose these stickers. Let's put those, up there. I need to take this white fan probably out of here and put I have a black rechargeable fan that would fit in that space a little better in the cargo nets. Did you guys see that I put cargo nets inside the car? They're, soft-sided, so they'll work better with the, what's it called? When I'm sleeping in there, that will work better than the other, any other kind of storage in that space over those wheel wells. So I have a good idea what I'm doing now here. I'm going to pick up L brackets. I already have plywood at home. I still have a piece of the old table platform that I had in, what was that place called that I had in the Cherokee. I still have part of that. So I dismantled the little piece I had yesterday. That's going to be the platform that will fit on top of. So I'm going to make the long platform mostly across the back with the cutout for where the seat folds flat. Let me show you that if I can. You're going to see the seat for a minute. Whoops. That tripod's, the phone's heavy right there. All right, let's see if can I rest it there? There you go. Okay. So this seat, when I fold it all the way backwards, okay, still something's in your way, but hold on a minute. Let me move you so you can see. So what I did was I folded it all the way backwards. And some of you have already seen this many times, but here we go again. But so now it's resting not quite on the floor, right there, on the back floor, which is higher than, that's as far down as it goes, okay? But it rests so close to this floor. My floor has 2 levels. And so what I'm going to do is make a platform with a cutout that goes around this like that all the way over. And it is 6 inches high here, which is the height that just clears the seat. Because my butt fits right in this part of the seat really good when I'm sleeping. It makes a comfortable bed. But so that 6-inch platform will go all the way across and fill in as much as I can right up to this, to where the floor goes down. And so then the other piece of the old platform that I still have will sit on top of that, and the refrigerator will get mounted on top of that piece. But because that's only about 1.5 inches off the raised platform, I can put a slide out table in that 1.5 inch space. So I'll be able to go to the back and just slide a table out. And then underneath this platform, I can put lawn chairs and extra food and, you know, awning pieces and whatever I need to. So that's what's going on there. Did I see that there was a question? Where in Flagstaff is the Overlander going to happen? So Overland Expo takes place at Fort Tuthill Park. So Overland Expo actually helped Fort Tuthill to develop their off-road track. Whoops, that won't work. It's up too high. So during Overland Expo, they truck in dirt and rocks and boulders and teach people how to drive on off-road tracks. They build some tracks with boulders and things to teach people how to rock crawl and how to drive your car on what's called a camber. A camber is when the road is slanted side to side quite a distance. And there's a safety factor in a camber. You're not going to fall over if it's a certain angle. And some people even get dash mounted gauges that will tell them at what angle the vehicle is. But I'm not spending money on those things when I drive on cambered roads every time I'm near my cabin. And so I know that I'm not tipping over if it feels similar to what's at home. If it's more than what I'm used to, then I kind of go, I wonder. And that's why I don't put much weight high up in any of my vehicles, because I know that cambered roads are a thing. So Fort Tuthill Park, when they finish with Overland Expo, all that trucked in dirt and rock and everything goes to help them build their off-road tracks. And that's part of the agreement that the two companies, it's part of the agreement, which is why they've allowed Overland Expo to be at that park. Okay, that's that. Not exactly a question, but a topic. I'm always motivated by you meeting challenges and being able to find answers. When in the past, I would blank out and panic. Be positive. Thank you. It's not always easy. I'm going to use the term suck it up and do stuff anyways. I'm not saying it's easy, but I will say it's simple, because there's a difference between simple and easy. Simple is, oh yeah, it's simply that, right? whatever that is. You know, fill in the blanks. But it's simply, if you do the same thing you've always done, you always get the same result, and that's crazy. Well, that's simple. It doesn't solve. Ooh, sorry. It doesn't solve a problem. But easy is different. Easy is like it doesn't take much effort to do the whatever thing you're wanting to do. Like vacuuming is not a difficult task. It's annoying sometimes. For me, it's annoying sometimes. I'd rather sweep than vacuum any day. But in a vehicle, it's hard to get stuff out of small crevices if you don't vacuum. So hence why I'm sitting here at this car wash. Because I half vacuumed before it was time to start the video, the live. So yeah, if it's not difficult, perhaps it's easy. But simple is a different thing. And so simple doesn't equal easy. Sometimes simple takes a lot of effort to discover. And so I do have a tendency to run things through my mind, and if I'm not, or through my thoughts, and if I'm not finding a solution right away, I know that for every problem, that there's usually between 5 and 7 different ways to solve something. And so I begin to hunt for 3 ways to solve whatever the problem is. And if I'm struggling with that and I can't find them, now if it's easy, I'll go for 5. And sometimes I write them down and sometimes I don't. I've always been a journaler, and I used to be a visual artist, and I used to love to draw. And so I have a thing about paper and pens. And that can be a problem. Okay. I think it can for anybody who likes, I like the tactile feeling of pen on paper. And I even love like Sharpies, really nice black lines on really nice white paper. You know, a good sketchbook and Sharpies is like really intriguing, and I don't know, it just feels cool. You may as well be giving me a hug. You know, I mean, it's really kind of cool. But you know, if I kept all that stuff, who would be a minimalist then? And I've already had lots of my stuff destroyed in my lifetime. And I've seen other people who passed away, and all the stuff that they thought was going to help somebody someday got thrown in a dumpster. And I've seen that happen to more than one person. And once it was close enough to me, it was like, I can learn from that. I don't have to wait and have that happen to me or my family or my children. I don't have to have so much shit hanging around that when I die, somebody's got to shovel it into a truck and take it to the dump. I don't want to do that to anybody. It's hard enough to lose somebody. So why leave them with a mess? So what I decided I was going to do was, I'm going to give it to you now. And I'm going to enjoy things where I see them sitting instead of needing to have them, and choosing very carefully what it is I want to actually hold in my hand for long or own, because what's the point? And so now Betty Jo knows this one good, but so I love handmade clay dishes and pots and coffee cups and stuff like that. And I used to think I wanted a whole, you know, like 60s kitchen of all handmade stuff, and I wanted to make it myself. And now I don't care the same. Now it's not, I don't care as in, it doesn't, you know, yuck. It's, I don't need to own it or have it own me. So when I was down at Quartzsite, I went to I love to go to thrift stores. And I went to a thrift store and I found this beautiful little cup. And it fit my hand really nice. And I enjoyed coffee in it for a few weeks. And then I went to visit somebody and they commented on the cup. A little while later, I went back and I gave them the cup because I'd rather they enjoy it than I didn't need to keep that cup. I just was enjoying it temporarily. And so sometimes that happens with me and I let it be okay. You know, I'm still carrying around in this little tiny bag. This is my fishing kit. I have 2 fishing rods in here. And the guys in Baja, the guys from Montreal that went with us on the trip, the way out box guys, they were shocked that Lesa had a fishing kit in her car. They were like, you don't have, yeah, I do. I just don't have a hook big enough for you to surf fish with. And they were like, well, we can use it. Well, of course you can use it. They were like, no freaking way. So they went fishing. They didn't catch anything, but they had fun. And then the next place they went and got real surf rods and they got some big hooks. And they were just like, we're so glad we had no idea. I said, well, you might want to check with me. But you don't have any room in that rig. Well, yeah, but you don't know what I have room for because you don't know me. And that was one of the things that was also a challenge on the trip is allowing people to get to know me, right? So that they could just allowing people to get to know me. And part of that, and there was this other thing I want to bring this up to for some reason, but it's on my mind. But one of them made a comment about, oh, hey, Iris. One of them made a comment when we went in, one of the girls, when we went in the bathroom, one of the first days, they were like, you need the handicap stall, don't you, Lesa? I was like, why would I need the handicap stall? Well, you're handicapped, right? No, I'm disabled. So do people really not know the difference between disabled and handicapped? Okay. So I had to let these people get to know me. And it was hard because they didn't ask me questions. They just assumed things. And so that was very annoying to me because they're more standard Americans than I am. And I have been so far removed from, I've been off grid and traveling since I became an adult. And I wanted to since the first time I saw a dragonfly at the pond at Grammy's house in York, Maine, before my grandpa died. He died when I was 3. So I wanted to travel for a long, long time. So, yeah, handicapped and disabled are 2 different things. Now, sometimes they're combined, but, I'm not paralyzed. And no, I have the CD with the results of my MRI, but I have not had that read yet. I still have to figure out, well, I need to do some more stuff with that. And before I go too far, I've got to do my fast and get down to Springerville and do my blood test. And I forgot to call last night, or I tried to call yesterday and forgot about it or something, and because I wondered if I could have done it on the weekend and I didn't check. So I'm not prepared for that today, even though I got to go to Springerville. So whatever, I'll eventually get the blood test done too. There must be some reason it's not happening yet, because I'm not going to force it, because when you force things, they don't work well. In my experience, when I force things don't go well. But if I just kind of do the next thing in front of me, and today the next thing in front of me was go vacuum the car and go to the post office so you can get this bag and get your everyday life more organized. And then go down and get some things from the hardware store. So that's what I'm going to do. And so I can finish some things. Okay, let's see what else is going on up here with you guys. Yeah, okay. They have so many warning notes on here right now. So, yeah, I used to blank out myself, Brooke, when you were asking, when you mentioned that comment to talk about. I used to blank out as well. And so See, and mine are invisible disabilities, Iris, as opposed to uh, handicapped. Now, when I was paralyzed, I would call that handicapped because I needed a walker and I was challenged with movement issues. And to me, that's more handicapped than disabled. Disabled is something else. Disabled is like you can't work the same. I used to check out myself. So it would annoy me sometimes that something would happen. And then I realized that the checking out idea, do you guys, generally you guys know what that means when somebody checks out, right? Like you're talking to them and all of a sudden their eyes go blank and it's like you've lost them because they slipped into a different place in their memory or in their thoughts or something. And so when somebody's been traumatized, that happens a little more often in their everyday life than it does to some people. And so some of us do it a little more. And I realized at some point that I didn't want to keep checking out, but I didn't know why I did it or how to stop it. And so I started feeling what it felt like when I checked out. Oh, just noticing. That's what I mean. Because I'm trying to put words to what I did. So it was more, oh, I just did that. Okay. Well, after a while, you start to notice, wait a minute, I feel like this just before I do it. Hola, hermana. So after you notice, then you start to notice what happens before that, the first step, right? Then after a while, it just comes to you that you can tell what happens 2 steps before. Like, oh, I'm extra tired this morning. I bet I'll check out today. And then you check out sometime during the day and you go, oh, isn't that curious? So now, if I'm extra tired, I might check out. Well, then somebody makes a comment and it's 3 words your mother used to say to you when you were young. And you go, oh, I just checked out. Wait a minute. The last 5 times I checked out, it was those 3 words. Well, once you get to that, it's like, oh, well, what's going on with those 3 words? It's just, to me, it's that kind of detective work that helped me to get to where it was like, oh, well, I don't need that to happen anymore. So if I'm extra tired, if I hear somebody starting to say those words, let me change what I'm thinking. Well, it takes time to do this too. Don't think it's happening overnight because it didn't for me. We didn't get that way overnight. So it took quite a while. But then there was a day when it was like, look, I didn't check out that time. Woohoo. Well, and then, okay. And the woohoo that I do for myself, it's like celebrating a little success. And I do that to myself, like high five, Lesa, you didn't do that this time. So celebrate the successes when they happen and your brain just picks up on them quicker, and then it's like, oh, you're gonna woohoo next time. Well, then after a while it's like, wow, if I tell somebody else, I'll woohoo with them, and then I get, and then it just works. And yeah, Iris, well, now Bernie got a story too, because she didn't know how anxiety ridden coming out into a big new situation could be. And so when I first physically met Bernie, we had a little anxiety thing happen, and I helped her to understand what to do and how to ground herself. Now I know what Lesa's grounding methods are when something traumatic happens for me. So I pay attention. And in fact, when I was on the trip, the very first steep hill where the big trucks all went down, but sitting at the top, And on video, it doesn't look the same as in person, let me tell you. But when I look down, I'm like, oh, shit, I'm going to be standing on the gas pedal, not sitting in the seat. This is how straight up and down this hill seemed. And I was like, oh no. Deep breath. All right, I'm just going. Well, so I told them, I'm just going. I'm scared, but I'm going. And they said, if you can hold the button on the radio so you can talk to us at the same time, go ahead. And if you can't, you can't. And I said, I'm rolling down the window because if I need to, I'm going to scream. Okay. And they were like, okay. So I just go to the edge and I start to go down and I go, oh my God, it's so scary. Oh shit, this isn't so bad. I got this. But I'm yelling it loud enough for them to hear outside the window because I didn't want them to think that I don't know. I wanted them to know I was kind of okay. So then the next morning when it was time to go up, I went for a walk. Well, before I went to bed, I walked up the hill to see how bad is it when you walk it. And I was like, this is not that bad. And I go, yeah, but sitting in the car. Oh, and one of the videos, you see the flat of my roof. That's about the only way that you know that that's as steep as it is, because it doesn't look that steep. Oops. I forgot to silence my phone while we were talking. Anyways, and so the next morning I'm going back up. And of course, they can see the flat of my roof again. Well, I'm getting ready to go up. And I was like, I'm going to go first. And one of the girls said, no, you're scared. And I was like, no, I'm just going to go. It's time for me to do it. And I want to go. And they were like, well, you were so scared yesterday. I got this. And they're like, no, but we got to get video. You got to let us get the cameras out. And I was like, all right, let me wait for you to get the cameras. Okay. And then I was like, I just went. One of them got a camera and I just drove. And I got to the top and I went, I did it. I got this. And then I got out of the car and fell on the ground because like all the anxiety, it was like all my muscles just were jello. And I had not prepared myself to ground myself because I didn't realize I needed it for that situation. So now I know, because I will prepare for that in the future, that if we're going on a trail where it might be scary, I will make sure, I don't have it with me right now, but I'm looking in the car, right? I will make sure I have one of two things. If it's cold, I need something super, super hot to drink. And if it's hot, I need something super, super icy to drink, because that'll snap me back faster. Well, it's easier than have somebody slap you across the face. That'll snap you back too, but you don't want that. Okay, that's a little bit of a joke, tongue in cheek. You guys understand tongue in cheek. But those things will work. But also, so will grounding yourself physically by putting your hands in nature. So like touching the ground, the dirt, holding a rock, holding a seashell, hugging a tree, taking your shoes off and walking barefoot. Any of those things, leaves, plant, any of those things will ground you. And so sometimes you just need to have the safety of being able to touch the natural thing and close your eyes and slow your breathing until you can relax back into the moment and relax back inside your body. Because probably what starts to happen is you're so scared you try to leave your body and your body can't handle, you need your body too. So I don't know, but that's theory, but I think it's pretty good theory, to be honest with you. And other things that help are patting your chest. Like if I'm in a city and I'm walking on a really crowded road in a city, okay, and there are creepy people, or somebody does a cat whistle at me, and even back when I was younger and might have been cuter,
it scared me because I'd been raped, you know, and I would be like, well, who whistled? And what do they look like? And oh crap, it wasn't that homeless guy, right? And it wasn't that creepy construction guy over there, right? And it wasn't the taxi driver whistling at somebody else. And so if you pat your chest, there's a thing that helps you to, okay, now slow your breathing back down, realize that that person's whatever they're doing has nothing to do with you. Breathe, come back to what do you have control over? Okay, you got this. You're going to be okay. Oh, yeah, by the way, because I believe in God, right? Oh, by the way, God, please help me out right now because I'm having a little issue. But help me to be safe in places where I'm not aware I need safety, right? I'm doing my part as best I can. Will you fill in where I haven't got it? And you can physically ask people you're with to help you with those things as well, and especially if you have some kind of a disability that might make you tend to not focus on all parts of something, because all of us have parts of that. My son is very ADHD, and Josh, if you see this, I hope that doesn't upset you. People don't know who you are. I don't put your picture on here. I don't talk about you much. But he's very ADHD. And there have been times I have seen him where he's focused on one thing, but he's missing this thing happening over here. And I was concerned that this thing over here with somebody else was going to affect him. And so, in that case, because I was his mother, I would try to maneuver whatever was going on in the other situation away from him because of where his focus was. And sometimes it's okay to tell people, hey, I had to do this on the trip. Here's another trip story. But I had to a couple of times say, hey guys, I'm okay this morning, but I'm not fantastic this morning. And so I think I'll be just fine, but I want you to know I don't feel my best. And so if I'm driving a little slower, or I go get a snack the minute somebody stops to take a picture, if I go to the back of my rig and I open it up for my kitchen and I'm getting a snack, please let me do it and check with me that I'm okay to go the next step, because just don't feel fabulous. And it took a lot for me to say that to them, because I've already told you that there was a little teasing about me when I wasn't with them. Like, I'm right beside the fire pit and I hear the teasing and I hear my name, and I'm trying not to hear what's being said because it's none of my business. It's not being said to me, but it's hard that you kind of hear it and you're like, I know they're laughing, but I don't know what it is. And I need to not listen to it. And then you have to rely on these people. You have to trust these people to be okay. And so a lot of times I was doing the whole, hey, God, look, you and I had a talk before I came on this trip. And part of the talk was that I needed to learn how to trust people. And you gave me this group to trust. So I got to trust that you knew who to pick. So this is hard. Fill in. I'm doing my best. Fill in and teach me what I need to learn. And on I go with my day. So there we go. All right. I think I'm delayed some. I see answers to things that come up. Oh, okay. All right. Called her tongue because of the first sentence is a time certain. She'd be sitting in a room and not hear them call her name. Oh yeah. Yep. Oh, I got fired from a job once because somebody said they spoke to me and I had no idea they said anything. And I had a homeless shelter kick me out once. Okay, y'all don't know much about my homeless shelter days. Okay, we've been over an hour. I'm tired. Do we have any more big burning questions this morning? There you go. Thank you, Melissa, for that help. I'm going to finish vacuuming the tracker and run down to Springerville to the hardware store get a few things like some self-tapping screws. I might change my mind and do it here in Ace Hardware, but Ace is so slim pickings on what's on the shelf that I really think going to Springerville is a better idea. Oh, and I know what else. I need to go. I need to get a couple of things from Family Dollar, and there's one down there, so it makes more sense to just do the drive. It's okay. And I'm going to pack my new travel tote bag. This is so great because it has really good handles and backpack straps. It doesn't have a pocket to put the backpack straps in, but I don't think it's going to be a problem because it's small enough that if I was to get on a plane, this would fit in any personal item thing. And it, by the time I put some things in it, it'll look so much like a purse bag kind of thing. It won't even matter. But it's not my full travel bag. I just need something I can put my tripods and the Chromebook in, and camera stuff and my everyday junk. So that's wonderful, Melissa, that you know how to do that and you can help people with that. I'm going to let you guys chit chat for a few more minutes here while I think I'll work on the bag for a few minutes while you're still chit chatting. Let's not that you need to know I'm doing this, but did I show you guys what I ended up finding for my computer cords? This might not always be my little bag, but it works so good. You know how cords get wound in a little circle? I found this. It's vintage, definitely from the 60s, Clinique little bag that I found in a thrift store, and I love the color. So in the big bag, there we go. And I don't have my big tripod with me, but there's glasses. Oh, in this bag, I had, you guys don't have to stay for this. I just thought while you were chit-chatting, I would do this, and then I'll punch the button to go. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Keep living simply so you can travel light and often, because I think that the combination of both things, I think that it's wonderful to be able to do all of that. I have a new wallet coming too. I'll try to remember to take videos and show you guys all that stuff, because I broke the zipper on this leather one that I've had for years, and I wanted an RFDI wallet. And so, who is it that said they didn't have the gearbox? Check on the three little, oh no, mine doesn't have that either. I was going to say check on the three little dots in the bottom, but mine doesn't have that either. Mine has a mute microphone I never noticed before. I should pay attention to some of my own stuff, right? Look, stickers. I only have so many stickers, people. I need to order more. Yeah, I don't have many. And I'm going to do some new ones. Somebody suggested to me the other day that the new stickers I do, okay, the bag's noisy, that I should change the S in SimplyLesa to the S for Suzuki. That's a cool idea. I don't know. We'll see. Stickers. They can go right there for now. All right, y'all. I'm talking too fast. Oh, yeah, I bet I am once you did that. Speed it up and I will talk a mile a minute. Oh, and I didn't show you this either. What's the guy's name? James bought me this thing off of my wish list a while back. And what it is, I didn't get the one that's for world travelers that has the attachments for other electronics, but it's a surge protector that's a short cord, and it has USBs and plugins. And so when you have your electronics in a bag, you can just pull this out and plug this in and have them all attached to the. So you only have one thing plugged in when you're in a public place. So I have one of these that's with me all the time, anyways. So because I never know where I'm going to be and what I'm going to do. So that's kind of cool. All right, y'all, have a great week. Pray for each other. We'll talk gear some more. I'm so happy y'all helping each other. That makes me smile. All right, I'm turning y'all off. Bye-bye, everybody. Hugs. Ciao. I don't think it did it.